Yo, what do YouTube? It's your boy, Joaq. Welcome back to another video. I'm joined today with the beautiful, the gorgeous Chlamydia. And today, we're doing some freaking Star Wars. Oh, wait, is the screen frozen? This isn't the correct screen, is it?
Let's do it.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Well, yes. So, I had some Acolyte stuff. Did you have anything you wanted to say about us just finishing watching Acolyte recently? Or not Acolyte, Andor recently? And what we expect out of season two. As
I
somebody
was
who
excited.
hasn't really seen all the Star Wars and whatnot.
I was excited for season 2 until I heard that they're doing some weird plot with Binks and Cassian that's undetermined yet.
Oh, but more
But
broadly,
I
more
love the Andor. I love
yeah.
Star Wars when it has zero romance in it.
Mm,
Unless the romance is 100%, 100%, and and it can't be stupid, and it can't be like when Anakin was stupid and thought that Obi-Wan was dogging Padme. And see, that's why this is even happening because of dumb romance.
mm-hmm. Well, yes. Andor is my favorite piece of Star Wars media ever. I love to encourage people to watch it, even if they haven't seen any Star Wars. It's not needed to understand the situation, and it's just such a powerful piece of leftist whatever. Tony Gilroy has just had an opportunity of a lifetime to really just put the shit out there, and just wow. Micah let the dogs in here, and so they. Oh my gosh, bruh. Bad timing. Daisy, Lucy, get out of here. Okay. Well, I have this small playlist concocted of a bunch of interviews and whatnot, and so it might take a little bit. So, Kindle, if you have to go, please don't hesitate to let me know. But I intend to watch most, if not all, of these interviews. Let's do this. We don't like to do
Mm.
trailers. We haven't seen any trailers going into it. They tend to reveal too much and whatever. So I'm gonna close my eyes physically whenever they show like a quick clip or picture or whatever of the. But I want to hear both the actors' experience as well as just what they intended. That's I think more beautiful than just the plot.
I
Let's
agree.
do
I concur.
let's do this thing.
Okay,
This year, Star Wars fans don't have to wait until May the 4th. On April 22nd, our next guest returns for season 2 of the most critically acclaimed show in the Star Wars TV galaxy. It is called Andor.
Look at me.
Close my eyes.
Unless
Yeah,
you
I'm gonna
do
turn the.
anything
I
to
took my
stop them,
headphones off too. I'm trying to change the quality too so that it doesn't lag or nothing.
you're coming home.
I know it was Diego
You're
Luna giving
coming
a
home
speech,
to
but I didn't see
yourself.
or hear none of it. Let me see how much I can skip through that. Oh my gosh, it's such a
Please
long
hear
clip. Okay, we're cool. We're
Diego
safe.
Luna.
Damn people, that was the full season. Why don't ya?
Wow, I love Diego Luna.
I love Guillermo.
Wow, his long hair, it's so beautiful.
That's nice. You know, you guys have a kinship there. Who is more beloved in Mexico, you or Guillermo?
Yeah, that's right.
But it's not just Mexico; it's the whole
The whole
planet,
world,
Mhm.
that's right.
and a
The
galaxy
whole
far, far away.
world. I
This
Yeah.
guy, I mean, he's
know.
huge. He's huge.
He's really big too.
Well,
Yes.
thank you.
That's weird. Everybody.
That's like getting words from Yoda, no? It's like thank you, thank you,
Yes.
master.
Yeah. May the force be with you.
I don't know if you. I don't know if you'll be around this weekend, but I'm going to help him clean out his garage. So if you want to jump in, we'd love to have you.
Damn, I have.
Back home, are you guys also not calling it the Gulf of America? Or is that just us?
I mean, who can they take that seriously? Come on.
I was totally doing too much with my little laptop, but
Now,
I'm
there
just
are a
gonna
lot of
stop
things
messing
I'm
with
sure
it and
that
be
are being taken
satisfied with the
very
little
seriously
this
back
way.
home right now.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, if something we fear, worried, worried and sad for the not just the Mexican community here, but the Latino community.
Sure.
And the fear for deportation and family separation. It's just too sad to see what's happening.
It is very sad. I didn't mean to lead you to a sad thing, but I mean, it's worth
But you
saying
did.
for sure. And I did. You're right.
Did you?
I hate to pause it, but Andor viewers of season one know that they were even talking about that outright in the first season. No,
Mm-hmm.
Space Miami. If you know, you know.
You did? Like, you actually did?
Did I did? What do you mean did I did?
Like in the voting thing, like, what did you do?
Did I vote?
Uh-huh. And who, yeah.
Who do you think I voted?
Diego!
I don't know, you look too worried.
Worried.
As if you did something to me. I mean, like,
I might have to come live with you.
if you clean the garage,
Then I can come.
yeah.
I'm a good cleaner. You know, we learned something that I thought was very interesting from Jude Law when he was here, because he's on the Star Wars TV.
Ooh,
I know.
he was on
And he
Skeleton
told us
Crew.
that there are like really specific rules in the Star Wars world as far as wardrobe goes, like no buttons. There are no buttons in Star Wars.
Everything just closes. It's, you know, this very interesting technology where you just go, and they, but there's no shoelaces.
No shoelaces.
There's no
that
paper.
I didn't know.
There's no paper like, oh, I'm gonna leave a note here for, no.
I knew there was no paper. That's strange, isn't it? That there's
You
no.
know, the things we have here, well, not us, but the like the imperial people, you know, they have keys. And they look like pens, but they're no pens. They're keys to open doors. And it's very interesting. Yeah.
Why no shoelaces? I guess it would be weird to see Darth Vader like lacing up his boots.
It takes a
Down on
long
a
time.
knee.
It takes a long time, and then you can get it wrong.
I feel like we're headed in that direction because my kids have most of their shoes.
But we should
don't
not have
have
started with
laces
Jimmy
on them
Kimmel.
either,
He's such
so
a bad
maybe
interviewer.
That part of the Star Wars world is what's going to come true.
Lazy people, no? It's
Lazy
like,
people.
Yeah, just put it in.
So this show, here, maybe you can help me
Spoke for
understand
itself
this.
when
I
he
know this
couldn't
show is
answer.
super
He
popular.
couldn't outright
People
say
are
he didn't
very,
vote for
very
Trump.
excited that it's coming back for the second.
Say that again.
I said it spoke for itself when he couldn't outright say he didn't vote for Trump.
Stop
Stop it!
Yes.
Season. Why is this the final season of the show?
I'm okay with it. I was hoping it would be the final season. Hate seeing things get dragged out, and I know Tony Gilroy's only ever had 2 seasons for this. It's just a lucrative deal where he's had full creative control over this as long as he hits his deadlines, and he hits them. Um, say what you have to say, Gilroy.
It is the final season because it takes 2.5 years to make one season. You know? So
Okay.
we were doing we promised 5 at the beginning, but then
They promised 5 seasons.
Wow, a society with 5 Andor seasons.
They
But
would
this
not
is
own.
the America they wanted.
He would have had gray hairs by the end of it.
I'm not gonna lie, Andor would have been cooked by season 3.
Thank God it took 2.5
Not even
years.
it is. What is the guy's Tony? It's Tony, right?
Tony
Nothing
Gilroy.
against you, Tony. It's nothing you wouldn't have been able to stop, Tony. It would have been out of your head.
Mhm. Beautifully said.
we were doing the first, and Tony Gilroy, the creator and writer, and yeah. The amazing Tony Gilroy came to Scotland, and we were shooting, and we sat down and said, like, this is gonna be impossible, man. I mean,
Right.
how can we do 5 seasons? It's more than
Scotland, I think, is where they filmed the Garrison raid. Aldani.
Where he introduced himself as Clem,
Yes.
poser.
I cannot like fire a blaster for another 10 years. It's gonna look ridiculous, right? And this is a prequel also. It's like insane.
Did you get one of those blasters when the show ended? Did you get to take one home?
I have one, yeah.
You do, yeah.
I have one. I was given this thing at the rap party. And
Oh, they gave it to you. Oh, you didn't have to steal it. Oh,
no,
that's
I
good.
didn't have to
Yeah.
steal it. No.
Some people will steal if they have
I
to.
mean, yeah, but no,
No.
I mean, I had to do 2 seasons of the show, and then I got it. Went to the airport, and I said, I'm gonna take
Jimmy
it with
Kimmy
me
pissed me
because
off.
if I send it
Yeah.
down, and the work is so realistic, it's so like meticulously like real from a galaxy far, far away. But I was stopped in security in Heathrow, And the guys like unwrapped the thing and they were like, oh, what is that?
Really?
And I was trying to grab it to say, no, it's just a prop. And everyone, no, don't touch it, don't touch it. And I'm like, and one guy recognizes me, but from Narcos, not from Star Wars.
No!
Oh,
I'm like, oh, wait a
oh my
second.
goodness.
I saw Narcos
It was a
first. That's so
mess.
funny.
And I was hangover from the party. So I did look kind of like broken.
Did
Let's
they
put
let
it that way.
They let you bring it through? Did they?
Oh, they
Broken.
asked me to go out, sign a letter. I had to show them in my phone like pictures of the character, myself grabbing the blaster, you know.
Yeah.
And toys, you know, they got it at the end, but
What became of the blaster itself? Is it
no,
like?
it's in my closet. It's not never
Oh, it's not
coming
even
out.
displayed at home?
No.
You almost got arrested for that thing.
I mean, do you have pictures of yourself in your house? It's
Of
like
course, the whole place is nothing but me.
then I guess
No,
I
yeah,
mean
that
it
makes
doesn't make
sense.
sense. No.
Your kids don't want to play with it or anything?
My kids are bored by all
Oh,
of
they
the-
are. They're not interested in your.
No.
Is pretending to fly a spaceship a fun thing, or do you just feel stupid doing it?
I mean, I'm sorry, but it's the best
It's
thing.
the best. Good.
Yes!
There's like a cockpit where everything works, you know? Like you push
Oh,
the
they do.
buttons and things like actually turn on and off and the screens work and it's
That
fantastic.
is so
and then you're in
sick.
a gimbal and it moves to
I
the
wanna
right,
press the
left,
button.
down, up. If someone hits you, it shakes. It's great. It's like the best toy
Whoa.
ever.
Do you randomly
Lost
push
my
the
lizard.
buttons, or do you try to?
No, you gotta play like you know what you're
You gotta
doing.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to do it the same every time, or else the Star Wars fans will not like that.
No, I'm not worried about that.
Oh, you're not worried
anymore.
about that.
No, I mean, I'm not gonna pilot anymore. So the last time I piloted, I wasn't thinking of that.
You're just
I
hanging
was,
on.
yeah, like a spoiled child, you know, like just.
Yeah.
I had the biggest toy ever, you know. I just.
There are
had to
no
wait 45.
lightsabers in your show. There's no the Force. The Force is not with you at all.
Well, no, wait a second. I mean, there's no Jedi's around, but
No
the Force
Jedis?
is with me even now. I mean.
Even-
Yeah!
Does it spread
Yeah.
to others, or is it
Yes.
limited to you?
It depends.
It
It
dep-
depends. It depends who you voted for.
Yes! Yes! Oh my god.
Nah,
Season
scratching his
2
head is
of Andor premieres April 22nd on
That was
Disney Plus.
awesome.
Diego Luna, everybody.
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel. Thank you,
Yeah.
Diego Luna.
I never
Wow.
want to see an interview by you again willingly. You
Yeah,
suck.
he does suck. He's such a bad interviewer. We should not have started off
Bro,
with that one.
in this economy said people will steal if they have to. No shit. What? Jimmy Kimmel, you're so stupid. You're stupid, Jimmy Kimmel. And I forgive you. You're so lucky Guillermo is there. That's the only thing fucking keeping you afloat.
Yes, literally yes.
I love you, Guillermo. None of that is meant for you.
Okay, it's time to see. Is it the full cast? Who is this?
It's
Is it the
season 2. That's
Q&A?
sure.
That's
It's season
right.
2. I've been fighting
Please
Chef
join
this
me in
entire time,
welcoming
by the way.
You've been
the
fighting
cast and crew
what?
of Andor. We have
I believe you. I lost my lizard. I don't know where he went.
executive producer Sana
But he's in
Wallenberg,
the room. Like
Cyril himself, Kyle Solar. You know him as Saw Gerrera, the legend, Forrest Whitaker.
wow.
She's frightening on the show, but a delight in real life. We have Denise Guff.
They have to say that so
And
her feelings
I
are her.
so enjoy getting to know this character more and more. Mon Mothma herself, Genevieve
I
O'Reilly.
found her. I found the lizard.
Another favorite, Bix herself, Audrey Arjona is here.
Wow. They had everybody.
The show wouldn't be called what it is without him. He is Cassian Andor.
Her dress is so awesome.
Wow,
And the mastermind
I love his hair.
creator, Tony Gilroy.
He's my favorite.
and Diego, I want to start with you guys. Season 1 was both critically acclaimed and embraced by fans. They're here tonight. You guys look amazing, by the way. I see so many great looks, fits. Yes, love that. When did it really hit with you guys that it was resonating and really capturing the audience that it did?
We
Gilroy.
had no idea. I mean, we made the whole first season COVID under a blanket at Pinewood. Nobody paid attention. You can't have, there's no test screenings or focus groups because it's Star Wars. Everything's secret. We finished and we like, wow, we think it might be okay. And, you know, we started dribbling it out. And, you know, by week 3, it was Christmas every week for us. It was
That's
very
right.
affirming.
How has your understanding of the character of Cassian changed, and what was it going into season 2? How you felt about him and his?
I mean, I had to keep my emotions on the side, right? Because I know, like the audience, I know what happens in Rogue One, but he doesn't. And he shouldn't. So every promise he makes, you know, it means one thing for him, and for me as an actor, it means another. You know, it's fully charged of emotion.
This season covers 4
Promises and the promises he can't keep is going to be a theme of the season. That's gonna break my heart.
years of stories across new planets. I have some figures here. Over 140 sets, 700 costumes, 152 creatures, and 30 droids.
152 creatures. That's so cool.
What was the highlight or challenge, perhaps, for you of bringing all of that to life?
We knew, he and I knew, this is a one-shot deal. You never get an opportunity to work on a canvas like this. Never get to work with material like this.
Oh
Get to
my
tell a
gosh,
1,500-page,
yes.
story about revolution and ordinary people when history comes knocking on their door. And, you know, I mean, when you know, if someone says you can build the Brooklyn Bridge, you really want to go for it.
Zana, can you expand on that? And what was your favorite highlight or challenge?
That was
of
powerful.
How much was done here?
Being able to continue this journey was just incredibly exciting. We were very proud of what we had done in season 1 and kind of were ready and couldn't wait to go on.
Despite the show being called Andor, there are so many characters that have incredible moments, and it's really not about just any one person. And we get to learn so much about Mon Mothma, who is one of my favorites.
Many dolphins
Genevieve,
died.
I mean, this
for
season
this intelligence.
we get to see more and more about what's behind and beneath her composure. So what surprised you most about her arc, and how did it shift your understanding of her?
They laid the ground beautifully in season 1, but in this season in particular, they really elevate her. You really see who this woman is, what she has to risk, how she does it, and what her part and her impact in the rebellion is. And as me, for an actor, that was, you know, everything, but also for the character, for her to have this voice and this moment. I was really excited to be a part of that, and I can't wait for people to see it because I think you're going to be really satisfied.
Wow.
I'm excited.
Satisfied with Mon Mothma. I can't imagine that.
I'm excited. I'm
I am
excited.
excited.
I
I've been
think that
worried
she
about the
won't end
daughter.
up killing off her daughter. I think she'll like that's obviously what's gonna happen though. Maybe her daughter will lead the revolution. She'll secretly wake up her daughter next season.
We'll have to see.
We will have to pray.
Did you pray today?
Another amazing woman in the galaxy is Bix, of course. Love her so
Yes!
much. She's been through quite a lot in season 1, so I'm sure this season will really dig into that aftermath. How does that shape her role in the rebellion and her relationships going into this new season?
It's probably one of my favorite parts about the season, that in the middle of this rebellion, in the middle of all this chaos, there's a really beautiful love story between these two characters.
Dedra she's composed, she's driven, she's terrifying.
That was it. That's all.
They got
That's all they had to
They
say.
got her ass falling in love again. It's not gonna be with Diego, but it's gonna be a different white man, which I'm happy with.
I think it will be Diego.
Look, he doesn't even react.
He didn't react. That's right. He didn't move.
So, bruh, it's not gonna. It doesn't even make any sense for it to be between them, especially if this is the final season, and for us to know that
First to know what?
Unless I have to rewatch Rogue One or something because they only go out hugging. Did they ever kiss in the movie?
No.
People only ship them.
They do. There is feeling there. There is emotion. Yes, there's shipping, but it's more of a pure like love for humanity type deal,
I
and
know.
the bond
That,
that
that's
they had.
that's 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 what I was just about. That's the connection I was just making. That's why I was
Mm,
saying they never confirmed it was romantic.
mm.
So I mean, my guess is maybe Tony will say that him and Binks are in love and they're canon and whatever, but it's just 10 times more sad that he had to go die in war and like they were just hugging each other because that was just clutching the last moments of humanity,
You're
like you
assuming
said.
that Binks is gonna live.
Binks is gonna live, bruh.
We're assuming a lot of things, and I think,
Binks is gonna live. She's just never gonna be talked about again. She's off on another planet. That's what he told me.
and
He literally
I think the one
he
thing that
sent it
doesn't
to me
matter,
via email.
I think the one thing that doesn't matter is the recency
Binks
of
is
it.
gonna live.
He
Binks
can
is
have a
literally gonna live.
relationship with two women at a very different points in time.
Yeah, of course you would say that, slut. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You sound like a really big empath right now.
We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Oh my gosh.
Hell no.
What was most was it what was most fun or maybe
Deidre.
surprising to you about jumping back into that mindset, especially as the empire just grows more and more ruthless?
God, I mean, this season is tougher, it's darker, and I really got to understand playing somebody who can't see outside the system that they're in. You know, she is an imperial through and through, and yeah, she doesn't get to feel things that other people get to feel. Really, you know, her vulnerability is only behind closed doors, all very locked up. And you know, in order to be truly vulnerable, you have to be seen, and poor Dedra just can't be seen.
Hello, Mr. Forrest.
Wow. Hope we see her have a lot of existential crisis. I want to see her suffer the pain of choosing to be a machine. But I'm evil. I'm sorry. I like it
Binks
when
50. I need a Binks fight scene per episode.
there was like only, I guess there was more
0.
fight scenes. There were like 4 fight scenes in Andor season 1
I
total.
And Binks was none of them. No, she ran. She ran, and I consider that action, and that's basically running. Wait. Did I say fight scene?
Yes.
Damn. Well, I change it to action.
Yeah. As long as she passes the Bechtel test, because she can have a romance, but like, girl,
Damn. Did she do that last season?
can we also be representative of a larger issue as well, especially with the leftist doctrine that guides this show?
Whitaker. Okay, Saw Gerrera is such a pivotal piece of the universe, and this show explores the many ideas of what a rebellion could be, should be, depends on who you ask. What has it been like for you digging even deeper into this character and coming back?
I love the way in which Tony Gilroy has shown leftist infighting, because it can be annoying, especially if not done accurately or whatever. But I like the focus on the in-universe issues of the separatist whatever versus the Republic-backed militant radicals that Saw Gerrera represents and that fought against the droids and whatnot. Because there's many different pathways to radicalization, and all of them have the same end goal, even if they arrive there through different whatevers and whatnot. That doesn't change, like, ideological differences or whatever, like, in real life concept being like turfs or something like that. Those are not allies and are not the kind of, like, what the Democratic Party does of trying to win over Republicans is not the mindset of the whatever. It's the acceptance of all of the unions and the anarchists and the whomever to move towards a common good. And so I hope that continues. I don't know what Mr. Forrest Whitaker is gonna say, but I've loved every scene he is in has so much aura. Yes.
I'm excited.
He's a rebel in that way. I mean, but he's a rebel that crosses lines because he's living by whatever means necessary. He'll do what he needs to do.
Hi, Kyle.
Hey.
How we doing
Fair assessment.
over there? I like the beard.
The beard freaks me out. What's going on? Bro, I didn't recognize you. You look like Kurt Russell's kid.
Cyril, my Shayla. He is one of the most
My Sheila.
tightly wound characters
I
in Star Wars.
Shayla.
And I kind of love him.
Really?
A little bit. He's a little, yeah. What's going on under the
We love a pathetic man representation.
surface for him this season? And what was it like tapping back into kind of his quiet chaos? He's a little chaotic.
Whoa. Chaotic this season.
This season, I mean, he's in a really good spot. As we find him in season 2.
Nobody
She's
wanted him
mad.
to be in
Bix
the
is so
spot.
angry. Do you see her?
Is
Bix
she?
is, I think so. She gave a face, I thought.
Got a promotion. He's
Oh no, it's just awkward
opening
because
himself
he's
up
behind
to
her,
the
that's all.
idea
Yeah.
of intimacy.
So she can't face him or
which
whatever. My bad.
ultimately
Yeah, God.
starts to change him in ways that we haven't seen before.
I wasn't paying
This-
attention. I'm gonna restart that. All I remember was he was in a good spot now. Here we go.
He's in a really good spot. As we find him in season 2, he's got a promotion. He's opening himself up to the idea of intimacy.
Nobody cares though.
He's going to
But
be
basically,
president.
him and ooh, by Daedra, fire.
Because Daedra can't be
I don't
seen.
know, but the way Mothma low-key giggling, it seems like it's her.
We'll see.
Which ultimately starts to change him in ways that we haven't seen before.
Wow.
Binks is gonna fall in love. Binks is gonna fall in love with the white man and change him. She's gonna change the white man. No, that's not gonna. That's not gonna be. That's better not be it, Tony. Well, I'm saying that as a fucking joke right now, but I swear to fucking God, because why did she look back at him? Hold up. Nah, that's not it. It's not gonna be that he falls in love with her and that she changes him and he's like, hey, maybe what we're doing is a little. No,
That is
Tony
so.
never. Tony told me he would not do that, but he did say she was gonna live though. Actually, you know what? If Binks has to live, no. Yeah.
Yeah. I care.
This is a story through
I do
I
care.
care.
I
through
care.
all
I'm
the
so
tears,
scared, but I have
laughs,
to
all
be
of it.
nonchalant.
This is a story about hope. Diego, do you have a final message for fans as we head into this final chapter of the journey? No
It's gonna get a lot worse before it ever gets any better.
I don't think he's gonna do that.
crush.
First of all, there's nothing like working for something that says Star Wars, you know? I don't think I'll ever go back
Yes!
to something close to this. People talked a lot about at the beginning of the weight and the pressure. I would say just one thing. I mean, when we tell stories, when we decide to give life to a character and meaning to the words that you see, you know, written and you put together something like this, you're hoping someone cares. And being in this show, having worked for your care, for your love for Star Wars, knowing you're there, waiting for us to deliver, it's the big difference, you know? There's nothing like this. Thank you for the love you have for what we do, because I'm fortunate, you know, and I think we're all fortunate of working and telling a story you care about, and I hope we deliver. I hope you're proud and happy with this second season and with Andor in general, because we put our hearts and our passion behind it. But it's because of you, so thank you so much.
Your cast and crew of Andor.
Thank you,
everybody,
Andor.
so
Thank you, Diego
much.
Luna. That was beautiful. That was beautiful, Diego Luna.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I thought she
That
would.
was actually my first question that I asked Tony. You know,
Hold on, I'm trying to pause it.
after we last see Bix, she's tortured, has gone through.
Wow, this is gonna be an in-depth interview. This is everything we want.
Oh, that was actually my first question.
Okay. What were you gonna say, beautiful queen?
I don't know.
We for gore.
Hmm.
Real. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, that was actually my first question that I asked Tony. You know, after we last see Bix, she's tortured, has gone through so much. Her mental state is very fragile. So my first question to Tony was, how does Bix handle this? Is she someone that's, you know, she's gonna find strength in it? Is she someone that's gonna kind of shove things under the rug and say, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay? And the reality is that it's a little bit of both, and it's very complex when you go through trauma, and Bix is trying her best. And you know, in the course of this season, her journey is to really sort of come into her own and find security within the relationship that she builds with Cassian and the relationship that she builds with herself.
We're gonna take that as confirmation, that one line.
No. I'm choosing to gloss over it, and I'm like, duh, because like he saves her, so like they're gonna be together for a bit, and they mean that in a. It don't matter.
They're more platonic than anything else, I believe, but that was the same way it was with Jin.
I believe that Cassian and Binks will be romantic, and and Jin and Cassian will be platonic.
Okay, however we want to interpret things.
I mean, we've been waiting so long. You know, we've filmed
I love
this
her
so long
dress.
ago, so
Me too.
I'm just really excited for people to watch it, for people to see what Tony has been working on for years. Um, and if you like season one, season two is just bigger and better. You know, I've never done a
That's high
season two of
praise.
anything. I feel like I haven't been in a successful enough show to have, you
You're
know, the
so
ability to
talented,
come back
queen.
and see all your friends and your family. You know, in season one, we were sort of all trying to figure it out. And then season two, you know, we all just brought the notch up. And things got bigger, things got more complicated. We maybe got a little bit more money so we could do a little bit more fun stuff. So it's just so much bigger. Being a part of Star Wars has been a dream of mine forever, as long as I can remember.
Oh.
It's part of the reason why I'm an actress. And to be a Latin American in Star Wars, you know, for so many years I didn't see myself, and the fact that I'm here, the fact that I'm a part of this specific show means the world to me. I have a little X for Bix right here. That's how important. It's the only character that I have a tattoo of. I love Bix. I love this show, and I love these people.
It was.
That was beautiful. Wow, I'm tearing up. That was amazing. I love Bix. He is
I
so
love
funny. He
it.
was so good in Freaky Tales, his gay self.
It was strange at first, but it was very it was very exciting. It was really good
He talks so funny. I love him.
do this show and this period, and you know, under you know, I think this show is extraordinary. Oh look, I'd have done anything in Star Wars. Frankly, I'd have done anything, but
He's too
I
real.
I like the fact that Krennic is kind of one of the he's in that period of where he's one of those people that doesn't really buy into the more sort of spiritual aspects of the Force, etc., etc. They kind of have a much more, you know, build this, do that kind of vibe. You know, he's just it's just great. You know, I mean, who's going to turn down a job you build the Death Star? Oh, it's not so much a preparation. I think we're dealing with him at a younger period, and I think he's having he's enjoying his himself more.
I think he's gonna be a lot more dangerous than we saw him in Rogue One.
I don't remember what he did in Rogue One.
He was kind of the big bad of the movie. He was the guy who kidnapped
I
the
have
guy
to
who built the
rewatch
Death
Rogue
Star.
One before season 2.
Yeah. So he was the guy who would wear all white, who was part of the ISB, and he was like the head honcho who was in charge of the Death Star or whatever. And he was on that
Mm.
planet Scarif whenever the Death Star blasted it, and so he died by his own machine.
And can you remind? I guess I'll just have to watch the movie again. Never
But
mind.
he's not the dad that the secret uh, weakness in the Death Star. That was Mads Mikkelsen.
Ah, that's what they were doing. They were literally fighting to put the weakness in the Death Star
Yep.
and keep it a secret. Fired.
Mhm.
Oh, good.
I think what happens in Rogue One is there are a lot more people circling around trying to grab it. So yeah, it's the material that's different. No, you watch it, you're going to find exactly where he is. I'm not going to tell you anything about where he's fighting or what we're up to or anything like that because, like Krennic, I know how to keep.
Wow.
He's so funny.
It was amazing coming back to it because
She's my favorite scary person.
Wow.
I knew um, I knew that it worked. You know, I knew that the writing would be
She
just as
looked
good,
like
if not better.
the Emma Stone model. Her face.
Wow. She kind of does.
Emma
I knew
Frost.
that
Emma Frost from
That's what I
Marvel's
meant to say.
Rivals.
everyone was
Marvel's
invested
Rivals.
so much more in it, so it felt really easy to come back. And she was wearing some new shoes this time too, so it was really nice to see Dedra in her homeware.
What?
Wow.
Whoa. Casual. Is it when she's
Pegging.
yes.
Yeah.
Is that's what her face is giving.
I mean, that's when you really see the power of like
Yeah.
the team around. Like you can have the best actors
Why is she carrying his face around?
Because you already know.
in the world, but if you're stepping onto something that doesn't feel real, then you struggle, you know. But we were so lucky, so lucky. I mean, Luke Hall is a genius, and
Who's Luke Hall?
then
Oh, with the
Michael
costumes, my
Wilkinson
bad.
with the costumes, Emma Scott with the hair and makeup, and their teams. They were just, they're legends. Like, I'm very proud to be part of it. Tony's a legend. He really understands like espionage, but also he really understands what he's writing about. I can't say enough good things about him. He's just really, really great. It's the thing I'm going to miss most is working on a project that is led by him. He's a great captain.
Wow. That is high praise.
That's really nice.
I love his hair.
I can't wait for people to watch it. I mean, we've been working for 2 years and a half, and I think it's really special. I think it's gonna please those who loved season one, and I'm in love with the whole show. I'm in love with the acting. I'm in love with the writing. I think it's a very cool show to watch, you know, and it's gonna surprise people. I think if you saw the first season, you're gonna be expecting something, and suddenly you'll realize this is much more. And I urge
Wow.
people also to watch Rogue One after they see Andor 2, because the film is gonna play differently. You know, it's I don't know. I'm very proud of what we made here.
That's beautiful. Wow. I'm so excited.
Yeah, the end of season one is he just went through an awakening, right? He wants to be part of something, but now he has to understand what it means, you know, what he has to leave behind, and he has to grow. He has to understand the need for change, and he has to witness many things, learn from people like Luthen, and and he has to grow. He has to grow. We see 4 years of his life in this second season, you know.
Oh my god. The first one felt like a month, maybe.
4 years of a very intense kind of like journey, uh, and he has to understand what he's capable of. He has to start believing in himself, you know. Um, but also he has to understand what he's gonna have to leave behind. You know what that sacrifice means, what fighting for the cause means, what a revolution means. You know, I don't know.
Wow.
It's not challenging because I'm working with great material. You know, the writing of Tony Gilroy is something special. It's full of complexity. There's so many layers, and this long format allows you to explore on that. You know, so I would say the opposite. It's a playground for actors. You know, when you arrive and you find that every connection means, every moment means. There's no simple or easy scene to do. You know. Um, yeah, it's. I don't know what I'm gonna do after this.
Stay away from Marvel, friend. Stay away
Oh god.
from Marvel. Oh, that was awesome. Wow. I'm so worried. The only thing I know about is the Gormon massacre. There's many things for Cassian to witness.
you know, I think I think we were very lucky to work with such interesting material. Yeah. Well, just imagine. I mean, we just follow Cassian and these characters for a year in season 1. Now it's 4 years. You're gonna get to see all of those characters and all the new characters that have to come in. If you know Rogue One, you know what I'm talking about. You know, you'll get to see characters.
He's talking about Alan Tudyk, K2SO, the robot.
You know,
Robot.
very
Yeah.
familiar faces, but it's just so much more intense, you know, complex. The adventure is there, the complexity is there, but this is a story about a revolution, right? And revolution doesn't happen if it's not for love and family and belonging and all of that. They're gonna see.
It's very exciting,
Wow.
and I think then
Oh my god, she's SpongeBob SquarePants. She is so
I'm dead.
amazing. She is so amazing.
going to be so happy with this season. I think it's amazing, and it's also heartbreaking that this is the last season, but I think they're going to be really, really pleased with what we've done. Yeah, I can't say too much, but what I can say is we'll pick back up with her and Cinta, and we'll go through the sort of rebellion with them two, and we'll also see her and Mon together as well.
Her in
Interesting.
oh, her in a rebellion. I don't know what that means.
And it's, yeah, there's
Interesting.
a lot goes on, let's put it that way. Yeah, multiple directors is always wonderful because you get a different vibe, a different flavour. You know, sometimes, you know, their vision
Flavor.
you wouldn't realise until you get the new director, it's a different vision. So yeah, it's great. Like, it's variation, we like variation. It's a story about human beings and human behaviour. It's a story about good over evil, and it's a story about human beings caring about the state of the world and sticking up for each other. And I think we can all resonate with that feeling of wanting to look after each other.
Well, at the end of season 1,
She was awesome. Thank you.
Aura.
where
Just
we left
grace
Mon
and
Mothma
beauty.
was
Wow.
at a really difficult crossroads in regard to her
Her
daughter
daughter.
and her
Free her.
place within the rebellion and perhaps what she has to sacrifice. At the beginning of season 2, we begin
Damn, that
at
daughter does
wedding.
not get saved.
So
No!
just imagine what that is for her. How complicated.
Why would you
We
tell
be-
me that? I could have
we,
at least.
we begin at the wedding, so it's not like over the 4 years. It's when she's still like 14.
Damn. That's even
And
worse.
yet, what it allows us is to see Mon Mothma's culture, her history, where she's grown up. We get to visit Chandrilla. That we've never seen that before. I'd never done that before.
Wow.
That was so revealing to me. And to see this orthodoxy, this privilege that she's grown up in, and therefore how far she chose to move from that, to become this woman, this leader. And then, of course, we jump, as you know, in this season. And so then we see her at the Senate, and then we see her at work, and then we see her at other crossroads and moments where she has to step out of the shadows and step forward and carry that, or risk it all. She has to risk
They're
it all.
overlapping audio. The
Yeah.
caption.
Yeah. Wow.
That was wow. I'm excited to see her home planet.
Me too. I'm scared for her transition to the pixie cut that we see in Return of the Jedi when she's the face of the rebellion almost.
I mean, I guess the thing that I would take away from this the most is that this version in Andor season 2, is the version of Mon Mothma that I could have only hoped for. For
Wow.
Tony to have written story about her, to give her an arc, to give her this story, and Michael's costumes, and Emma's makeup design. I mean, it's truly special, and I feel really terribly grateful that I've gotten to play her now. And I think people will love it. The cast is extraordinary. Everybody, every one of those actors, truly special. A depth of talent within the cast, but also with the artists that surround us, with the costume designers and a designer and the makers, with the craftspeople building the sets. I remember one day walking onto set, and there was a lattice in one of the
I don't know
sets,
what that
and
is.
behind it there was this scene. And I remember taking a break from filming at one point, and I walked around the back, and it was hand painted. It was a whole landscape that was hand painted. I thought,
That's
gosh,
crazy.
what other production values that? So amazing.
I hope
Could
that
not
person
be.
got paid, bruh.
Wow.
I hope they
Just
got paid.
wow. Thank you, Mon Mothma, the woman that
I'm
you
gonna keep
are.
an eye out for that painting, and I'm gonna shout out that artist.
We know it's a landscape. It's
Hmm.
probably of her home planet.
There's been so much work put into this, and everybody's been amazing. The cast is incredible. Tony's done a spectacular job. Production value is amazing. And what I really am excited about is to now have, what's essentially 24 hours of storytelling that leads us into Rogue One. So I've been telling everybody, you got to watch the movie again, too, because you really see it with a whole different feeling. Well, he's full in committed to the revolution. He's still going to have some doubts, but we know where this is going with Rogue One, so we're going to really get a sense of just what led to
Yeah,
that. I
he's
think,
gonna promise to marry Binks, and then he's gonna fucking die.
everything about this series has been about really understanding what
You're
led
so
to the
funny.
revolution.
That's not funny.
You're so funny.
The rebellion and understanding just what it is that
You're
means to
so
Star Wars.
funny.
Everybody knows.
Can I tell you my theory?
Tell
That just what
me.
is written in sand before she was the fan.
Yeah.
The Gormon Massacre.
Kills Binks too.
That's what I believe.
Wow. You're probably gonna be right, and that'll be wow.
Just to make it that much more personal for Cassian too. But I think you're probably right about promises and stuff. But it's that she dies.
I
But
don't
we'll
want
see.
Binks dead.
No,
Binks told
I
me she
hope it
wouldn't
takes
die.
Binks like at least 2 years to die.
She doesn't need to die. She will live and live in a hermit. She'll be in a cave somewhere, and
She
no one
can
ever
die,
mention
but
her.
after she has like the coolest episode ever and gets to do the coolest, most badass stuff.
She will die. What will she die doing?
She will
Sleeping
die.
in her
Hmm.
sleep.
At the age of 100.
And one.
The rebellion.
She deserves the
You hear
extra
that
year.
word, you know that's Star
Yeah.
Wars. So I think this really defines that in a very, very incredible way. Oh, we have a lot of things going on. We're going to announce that at Celebration. I don't think I can give too much away right now, but
I didn't see
we have a lot of great
Celebration.
things going on.
I think the pressure, as Cassian is moving on, we
Oh, her I'm interested to hear about. Kathleen Kennedy, I feel like didn't have anything substantive to say as the executive um, Disney representative behind it, but a producer, I don't really know what producers do, so I'd be interested to
Met
hear.
him as a rather cynical and reluctant, non-committed nobody, to making the decision to become a rebellion volunteer. In season 2, he continues his journey, and we find him a soldier, becoming a leader, and ultimately, moving into the story of Rogue One, where he will find his heroic end. And it really is, the whole pressures with the galactic war drawing ever closer, and the Rebellion Alliance growing is really putting, an extra urgency and kind of, powerful drive of the whole season. So I think it will be a very exciting ride for the audience to finally share with us.
An intense drive.
Interesting.
How to lead.
Doing any 12 episodes of this scale.
No, I need more. 12 is pretty good though, given the Disney Plus back average.
Is a challenge. It's a logistical challenge. It's a creative challenge. And it's also a real opportunity to dig deep and to tell so many deeper stories about characters that you have met and
Pause.
sometimes.
Now, one of those episodes should be less than 45 minutes,
Yes. Yes.
or we're gonna get to scrapping. I'm not even joking. If I see 44 minutes, I'm losing my shit. 40. Don't. If I see a 43 minutes, if I see a 40 minutes, I don't even want to get to the 30s, bro. Don't piss me off. Play.
From the franchise generally, and it gives you a real opportunity to go deep and hopefully for the audience to find a real connection with our characters and the stories that they find themselves involved with. Any serial storytelling that shoots and blocks with varying directors is a huge onslaught of work ahead of you. You start that freight train and it's not going to stop, and it will keep going. You're forever prepping, shooting, and post-producing. It is a mad journey, but on this show, it's really exhilarating one, and one we had the most extraordinary creatives and overall team with. So it was a joy to get up every morning and fight another day.
That is awesome. Wow. Chaotic whirlwind. Still on.
Well, he after what he started in season 1 when he was trying to build up the rebellion. You saw him being very pragmatic and sometimes being cruel to making this revolution possible. In the second season, you come in when everything has moved further on. His engagement is becoming more dangerous to him.
I was thinking about the 4-year timeline, and to be honest, I don't see him surviving even 3 years.
Of.
Period.
Wow.
He's the accelerationist. He's the catalyst. He just wanted to ramp shit up so that everybody else would lock in that capacity.
He always knew he was fine being the villain.
And the Empire's troops are getting closer to him, and he will have to make some serious decisions. He also knows that the revolution will go on, and pretty soon without him. It's lovely. Yeah, it's
These niggas don't know how to do interviews. He's gonna die in the first episode, though. That's basically what it confirms.
No, it's gonna be episode 7.
It's gonna be episode 1. He's literally dying the first episode because ain't no way he's allowed to say that to me.
you're
If
looking
I
for
have to
roles
see you
like
for 6 episodes and know that you're gonna die,
this all the time.
ignoring everybody in the entire point of this entire show and series.
Girl, we already know everybody's gonna die.
That's why I
With
just
Rogue
made that
One.
disclaimer, shoddy. Somebody
Oh.
didn't just hear the disclaimer I just made, and that's okay. I forgive you. I'm like Jesus.
Wow. Thank you. He is risen.
It's because as an
Happy
actor
Easter.
and as an
Oops, sorry.
audience, you don't know where you have him. He's not a like most people, he's an enigma. You know, you think you know them, and then something else comes out. The love of all those fans is fantastic. It's
Why do you
and
say that?
if they like this show, it's a more complicated show than the previous ones, and it's very interesting, and I think it gives you hope for people if they like it.
We were about halfway through filming season 1 when we realized that we realized what we had started, we couldn't do it. It was just going to be too much if we wanted to do it right. It's a year later. Some of them think they've moved to a place of safety. Cassian is working for Luthen.
Wow. They had to do a time jump in order to help with.
Just wow.
On missions, and he's become a leader. And Mon Mothma's daughter is getting married. We're paying attention to everybody that we were carrying from before. We're adding some new people, and hopefully that they'll be just as much fun as the previous one. The fan base for Star Wars is huge, but it's very diverse. It has all kinds of different opinions. It's impossible to make everybody happy, but our attitude is that if we take it really seriously, that if we really make it, I don't mean seriously like spinach and vegetables, but if we just really are honorable to the franchise as much as anyone, that's the best we can do.
Wow.
She's probably gonna like just turn 18 when she gets married, the kid.
1 year time jump. She's gonna be
I thought
15.
he said 4. He didn't say 4-year time jump?
Married on the first episode.
I thought there was a 4-year time gap between the
Mm.
first season and the second season.
1 year.
Oh, darn, that sucks.
Throughout that the season, it'll show us 4 years of time pass.
Congratulations on yet another amazing season of Andor. I almost couldn't believe it's finally arriving. Stellan, can I start with you first? Luthen is such a fascinating character, not a traditional hero, but a revolutionary. Do you see him more as a noble figure, or would you say he's a necessary evil in the fight against the Empire?
I wouldn't say Luthen is evil, but I will say that they're matchy.
It's more complicated than that. I can't say either or. He's a human being, and he has to make decisions that are horrible sometimes. And if he didn't, it wouldn't work. So I mean, he's in a difficult situation, and then he has Clea too. He has a responsibility to her. You don't know that yet when you start the second season, but he has a responsibility to her.
Bruh. You see, bro, looking at him, he spoiled something again.
Go back, 'cause bro is literally just breathing.
Oh my god. He spilled the beans again.
Didn't, it wouldn't work. So I mean, he's in a difficult situation, and then he has Clea too. He has a responsibility to her. You don't know that yet when you start the second season, but he has a responsibility to her to do those.
He just blinking. He just blinking. He just blinking.
I mean,
He's
I always
like
like characters where you don't know, because most people are not as transparent as you think they are. You always get surprised by people. That's the fun with them.
Definitely. And Tony, the show, the first season, it was amazing. I really couldn't wait for the second season. And you do such an incredible job, you and the team, of course, but at making the Empire feel genuinely terrifying. Even like when we're in a corporate boardroom meeting or in a field somewhere out there. How did you approach that systematic oppression, make it so visceral?
Well, I've been reading history my whole life. I mean, the last 6,000 years of human history there's no shortage of
cruelty and greed and the search for power and the destruction of communities. It's in my head. I think it's not a trick, but the thing that makes it valuable is to not look at it monochromatically and realize that it's everyone in there is not just supporting the empire or being a zealot. They're worrying about their parking places. They're worrying about their job. They're worrying about who's going to get the bigger assignment. They're worried about if they're going to get fired. They're worried about if they're in danger. The human behavior within institutions and the human behavior within an organization is something that's fascinated me. I keep working on it over and over again. So I think I think when you add those two things, the power of it and the weakness of it simultaneously, it gets very interesting.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, definitely. It's so, yeah, it's amazing. You can recognize yourself in all these kind of, like you say, small things as well.
I love hearing you say that. I love that. Thank you.
I'm also a bit surprised at how, I don't know, art becomes reality, or art imitates life, or life imitates art at the moment. But something a bit more entertaining, as Star Wars is such a huge part of pop culture and everybody's life. Do you remember the first time you came into contact with anything from Star Wars?
I remember it was 1977, going to the
When it came
movie
out.
theater in Boston on an incredibly hot August afternoon. I remember the people that I went with. It was an event, you know. It was one of those movies that I can remember the movies that are events. When Apocalypse Now came to the Ziegfeld in New York, or you know, or Avatar. I mean, it was more than going to the movie. So I vividly remember going there to see it. Yeah.
Wow.
And for you, Stellan?
You've never seen Star Wars, have you?
I have. I mean, I was 27 years old. I already had kids when it came out,
okay.
so I was busy feeding them, and then those kids have grown up and become many kids, and they've all seen Star Wars, and I've been fed with Star Wars.
So he's used Star Wars as a distraction so he could do his work and park the kids in front of the TV.
Tony Gilroy, you are so funny. Oh, I low-key am feeling like wrapping this up because I realized we just hit an hour. But there's so many more I want to watch.
That's the fun part about recording. It can be stitched.
Yeah, but I wanted to post it tonight. Or like ahead of tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Okay, yeah, because it comes out tomorrow.
Bye!
Now, he's sitting down. Now you're clear. Now you're clear. Actually, low-key, you probably will be. Yeah, go ahead and stop. Stop! 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 Stop!